Hello people, how are you? Welcome to the treatment. I am so excited today. This episode is very special. We are discussing not one, not two, but three Nigerian comic books. Actually, I have lied. It's not even three, it's 2.5. Why is it half? Because one of them is a teaser. It's not a full comic book, but we like teaser. It reminds us of MI and General Pipe. What you need is the big booty, rule like a, you know, the filling the blanks, you know how I do now. Or do you want to go for that back? Chakademas and pliers. Tease me, tease me, tease me, tease me, baby, till I lose control. Translation. Welcome to the treatment. Today we're discussing 2.5 comic books straight out of Nigeria. It's half because one of them is a teaser, it's not a full comic book. But guess what? On the treatment, we like teasers. Well, we like good teasers. Why? They make you want more.
What you need is a geezer, cool like a freezer, rule like a Caesar. Me tell her say I'm the girl pleaser, big booty squeezer, teaser, looking for a diva, but she's a. What you need is a geezer, cool like a freezer, rule like a Caesar. Me tell her say I'm the girl pleaser, big booty squeezer, teaser, looking for a diva, but she's a. What you need is a geezer, cool like a freezer.
Tease me, tease me, tease me, tease me, baby, till I lose control. Tease me with your love until I lose control. Become my body and soul. Oh, girl.
Woman, your love is like burning fire in my soul. Woman, tease me till me lose control. Woman, your love is like burning.
Okay, so let's start. The first comic book is from a group, a company that is called Empire Comics. They spell it with M, Empire. Very nice. Okay, it's called Mass Strong. As in maximum strong. Max Strong. He's a Nigerian superhero. You can tell because he's wearing green and white. Very patriotic. However, the name is not very Nigerian, but not a problem. It's one of those classic stories of a child that becomes big and strong when he's in superhero form. It's not very new, the idea. But you know, there is no new idea under the sun. They are taking it to heart. However, it's how you tell your story. And this story is set in Nigeria. And it's why they are trying to make it different from the other ones out there. Did they succeed? Well, there are some things that are Nigerian about it, but the story, anyhow, is okay, is fine. The action is good, a lot of punching, a lot of fighting, a lot of muscles, big muscles. Master don't get big muscles, he can fly, he gets super strength. Listen again. The boy get big sister with the babe. I can't really say much about the comic because, you know, it's not very deep. You know what I mean? They do not go deep yet. But this is just one issue. Like I said, they have set it in Nigeria. However, there's some space travel. This particular issue is called Face Off. And Max Strong has to fight Morak, who also has very big muscles. Typical bad guy. But Max Strong is typical good guy. And typical good guy in superhero comic is stronger than typical bad guy. So you know how he finished. Max Strong beat him. He superior brushing. He brushed him so that the man just shame the catch him. He can't run. And that's how the comic finish. Well, we will see if they go deeper in other issues. But for this one, it's just interesting to see Nigerian comic book with superhero beating another bad guy. That's it. That's all.
So, that's all.
Max Strong. Max Strong is a superhero comic book. He's a superhero created by the Mora brothers. And this issue is called The Face Off. It's an omnibus issue. It tells the story of Morak, who is this big tyrant, galactical tyrant, who is super strong, and he conquers people, conquers worlds, and looks for worthy opponents. And he's tired of beating everybody up, and asks his elder to find him someone to fight. And the elder has found Max Strong, and he thinks this is a worthy opponent, the champion of Earth. And Morak proceeds to come to Lagos to challenge Max Strong, and he causes a ruckus, and eventually Chris, the little boy who is Max Strong, becomes Max Strong to fight him, and lo and behold, Chris beats him, or Max Strong beats him, and Morak runs home. That's the story in a nutshell. It's a classic, old school superhero type of comic book. Max Strong is an old idea. It's been done a lot. The original is probably Captain Marvel, aka Shazam.
A little help here, Shazam!
Holy moly, I'm big!
Billy Batson is the kid who says the word Shazam and becomes Captain Marvel and has all those awesome powers, and he's strong, probably maybe even stronger than Superman. That's a whole other debate. We're not going to go there, but it's an old idea. It's been rehashed over and over again, sometimes really successfully. Ben 10, Freakazoid.
Freaking! Oh, it's me! I'm back!
But Ben 10 even more so. Ben 10 is one of the most, I would say, awesome characters to come out of the Western media in recent times. And he's a kid who becomes several different types of big superheroes. And I guess there are others, including, well, Marvel's gone that way right now. The Incredible Hulk is now Amadeus Cho, who just happens to be a genius kid. He's a kid, but he's also the Hulk. So it's a question of how you tell your story. And the Mora brothers, did they put a new spin on it? Did they make something different? Well, the only spin on it is that it's based in Nigeria, and that's about it.
So, that's all.
That notwithstanding, it's fun comic to read because it's a lot of action, a lot of fighting, and it's what a lot of boys want to read. But hopefully we can go deeper and get challenged a little bit on the intellectual side as things go, as far as this character goes. So it's a read that doesn't challenge you, but it can entertain you. That's Max Strong in The Face Off, and you can get a free copy of that on Comic Bandit Press. Welcome back. The second comic is called Uhuru, Legend of the Wind Riders. You have to like it. It's a very interesting comic. This is issue 1. This one was produced or published by Comic Bandit Press. They have changed publisher now. But this issue 1 was still very, very good. The original concept remains good. We wait to see if they can keep it up. Because the story, try it. Just open the page. Enter this comic, you will not want to come out. This is a fantasy world that is, well, it's a scary world. But those Wind Riders, they be bad guys. Enough bad guys. And bad babe. One of them is a babe. Very big babe. Don't try her. But the whole comic, interesting. Original. He get one character wey resemble Avatar small. But the power no be the same. Too many characters resemble each other. Nothing new under the sun. I don't talk am before. But this one, very original. If you have not tried it, if you have not read it, read it. Correct. Ogaju. Uhuru, Legend of the Wind Riders. The name alone is pretty awesome. Guess what? Issue 1, brilliant. The whole concept is pretty nice. 5 kids who are like rebels. They're like legendary rebels who fight against an evil cult who pretty much rules the land with terror. And they're like the rebels. And they're kids. And they're awesome. The character designs are amazing. It's not like a traditional superhero comic book. It has this fantasy adventure twinge to it. If you're an anime fan, you probably love this. If you love fantasy stories, you'll love this comic book. This first issue was written by one of the best writers I know. Awesome stuff. Anything he writes, check it out. Adeniji. And it was well paced, very engaging. The dialogue is deep. Intellectually, you will be challenged, but you will not be. It's not so intellectual that it puts you off. Got to mention Stanley Obende, the artist. Great artwork, awesome paneling. The flow of the story is really nice. It starts in a grandiose manner, talking about the darkness is going over the continent, and then talking about wherever there is darkness, there is hope. And obviously the hope is the rebels, is the Wind Riders, and the names are whispered. Some really nice, like I said, writing, some poetic stuff, and it starts off with kids playing, pretending to be these Wind Riders who, like I said, are legends, and these kids are just play acting, and then lo and behold, the Dark Cauldron comes, the evil cult comes to their village. They come face to face with the evil that the whole continent fears. And luckily for them, the very characters they were pretending to be eventually come to rescue and save the day. It's such a well written and drawn and presented story. You just gotta check it out. If you haven't read it, please do. Find a way to get that comic. It is worthy of, on the first issue, that's a classic first issue there. They introduce all the characters and their abilities in such a nice way. Each of the members of the Wind Riders gets a little bit of time in the spotlight, and you get to see their abilities. Well, that's it for Uhuru Legends of the Wind Riders. Mike Majic says, yeah, 2, 3, 4 thumbs up, whatever. You know, if I had 4 thumbs, I only have 2, so I guess I have to do it 2 thumbs up. All right, check it out.
Woman, your love is like burning fire in my soul. Woman, tease me till me lose control. Woman, your love is like burning fire in my soul. Woman, tease me till me lose control.
We have come to the half. The half one is very interesting. It's by an artist / author called Jimmy King. Jimmy King's Brute is what the teaser is called. Very interesting. Bad guy. Very, very bad guy. In fact, it's a bad guys. Yes, I will say it the way we know. Bad guys. Brutes. You don't want to try that guy. You just don't want to try him. Hey, see as he just slaughter dragon, big dragon. Anyway, the artwork is interesting. The guy, Brute, is a bad guy. From what we have seen, he's supposed to be the good guys, but he's the bad guys. He's a very good bad guy. You know, Niger style. But he get one thing, he take resemble another very bad guys that we know. You know now, God of War. So this one is like African version of God of War. Even the thing where they use kill the dragon resemble Kratos in knife, in dagger. So again, it's just a teaser. We don't know how it will be different. Maybe when Jimmy King released the full thing, we'll see the difference. But for now, even the shine bubble we get for head, it resembles Kratos. But the art is still very interesting. Interesting teaser. Maybe see as it go be. Abby? Jimmy King's Brute. That's the teaser that we're talking about. Let's see. Artwork, pretty awesome. Concept, from what we're seeing, could be very interesting. We like the whole interdimensional thing, but we have to say it brings to mind God of War.
I will make you suffer!
Brute looks like Kratos, like maybe he's gonna be an African style version of Kratos. He's black, so yeah. But apart from that, I didn't really see the tattoos, but he's got a bald head, and the weapons seem eerily similar. And just like Kratos, he takes no nonsense. I mean, that Brute guy was pretty badass, you know? It really reminded me of God of War. That's not necessarily a bad thing, you know? It just is what it is. Hopefully, because this is just a teaser, hopefully as we read more of Brute, he will be his own character and not just like a knockoff. Well, we can't say for sure because this is just a teaser. I'm not quick to judge. The artwork, like I said, is really cool, and it seems like there's a concept there with the different gods. I want to know more about the gods. They're talking about the god that the Brute guy serves and the realm he's invading in this teaser. Their gods, you know, what's all that about? It is a proper thing. It's a teaser. You know, you are curious to know what's going to happen, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a great thing. So yeah, there we go. That's it for today on The Treatment. 2.5 comic books. Max Strong, The Face Off. Second one was Uhuru, Legend of the Wind Riders. If they can keep it up, it's going to be amazing, you know. First issue just knocked it out of the park. That is an excellent comic book. Really, really excellent comic book. And the half comic book is the teaser, Jimmy King's Brute. Looks like God of War so far, but it's just a teaser. It's interesting enough to want to know more. And hey, you can check out pretty much most of this stuff on Comic Bandit Press. Legend of the Wind Riders you can find online and other locations, but hey, keep it locked on to Comic Bandit Press and you'll be seeing a lot more. There's so much more. A lot of things happening in the African world when it comes to comic books, and we're going to delve into that a lot deeper. gonna zero in on Nigeria because wow, it looks like the comic industry is beginning to take shape. It's really interesting. You know, we've had a couple of comic cons in Nigeria, and now we'll talk about that later on, right here on the treatment. But for now, we're done. We're gone. Me and the other guy, gone. But I think he'll be back. I know I'll be back, and hopefully you'll be back. Follow us on Twitter. Check out Mike Majic Presents on Facebook, and yeah, keep it locked onto Comic Bandit Press for much more from the treatment.